So the very basic mistake that students do, they try to improve their handwriting by writing on 4-line notebooks. Maybe this one is designed for cursive handwriting. Maybe this one is wonderful to learn cursive handwriting. But the handwriting that I am going to show you in this lecture, circular handwriting, that is non-cursive handwriting, for that handwriting, this 4-line notebook is not okay. It's actually the worst option of all the options there. If you look here carefully, I can prove you why non-cursive handwriting cannot be improved using 4-line notebooks. The length of G, it can be divided into 2 sections here. From here to here, this is the upper part, and the same length has been given here. So this G looks ugly. It's not okay. Same is the case with P. Of the entire length of P, half has been given to the upper portion and the half length to the lower portion. Same is the case with Y, Q, and even T, F, and B. The letters, actually their part, this part is almost as heighted as this one. So this is wrong. Basically this proportion, this division of length is not okay. If you want to learn wonderful circular handwriting, that I call it circular handwriting, that is a non-cursive handwriting, you can give a couple of your minutes here, and I guarantee you that as you complete watching this lecture, watching this video, your handwriting would improve within 1 week or hardly 2 weeks. Okay, now look at my formula here. Here I have written the same letters G, P, Y, Q, T, F, and B, but here what I have done, I have given let's call it 1 centimeter length. Okay, this length is 1 centimeter. So the upper line, this line should be ½ centimeter, and the lower line, this line should be ½ centimeter. So what should be our rule? Our rule should be half line, 1 line, and half line. So in this section, in the section of 1 centimeter length, we write our letter, and either in the lower part we complete it, or in the upper part we complete it. Okay, if you watch carefully at this G, so this length where I have made this circular shape is double than the length of this section. Okay, if you look at this length, this is double than the length from this to this point. Okay, what I want to say is, if the middle portion is 1 centimeter, the upper should be ½ centimeter and the lower should be ½ centimeter. So if you look at these proportions, these sections very carefully, you will find that these are kind of circles. Okay, that's why I call it circular handwriting. In the beginning, you will need to draw these lines, pencil lines, for a couple of days, maybe a week or 2, but as you practice, after 15 days, you won't need these pencil lines. Just you will have to imagine, you will have to assume that there are lines, and you can write it wonderfully. Now, in order to learn this circular handwriting, what you need to do is to follow my golden tip. Yes, I have a very wonderful tip for you guys. Just practice a shape that is circle. If you practice circle, then most of your letters would become beautiful. Actually, they would become amazing. So how to draw a circle? You can make it in 2 ways. If you once make a circle anti-clockwise, okay, then the other time you have to make it clockwise. Why? Because sometimes we draw letters in anti-clock position like D. Sometimes we draw letters in clockwise position like B or P, in that way. So in the beginning you have to practice your circles, and as you master them, when your circles are round enough, when you are satisfied with them, you can continue. Now look at this letter. This is basically shape of a circle here, like that, although it's not complete, but once you start making these circles, they are gonna help you making different letters. So in case of A, this circle helps us. Now look at this B. Here also you can see it's like a circle. if you don't make it like this, if you give any length and you draw something like this, it's not going to look beautiful because of this length. Okay, so if this is 1 centimeter, here should be half centimeter and this one should be half centimeter. So you should start drawing from this point like this, so it's going to look amazing. Okay, like this one. So this one is okay, this one is uglier. Now look at our next letter, that is C. It's not a complete circle, as you can see. It's almost 75% of our circle. You have to bear in mind to draw C, just a little lower from this line and a little upper to this line. You can complete this something like that, then your C would be wonderful. Then we have the next letter, that is D. Now look at this D. This also follows the same pattern, the pattern of circles. So the more beautiful your circles, the more beautiful would your letters be. Okay, bear that in mind. Now look at this E. It's our E. So for E, once again we use circle. Okay, although it's not complete, it's almost 80% complete. Okay, now here's our next letter, that is G, and it's amazing. Okay, it looks beautiful, really beautiful. Once again we follow the pattern of a circle here. And then the next letter is O, which is already a circle. There is no need to say that. Okay, the next letter, that is P, once again in the shape of a circle, although not a complete circle. And next, look at this, it looks gorgeous. Okay, so this is the way you can take help of circles and draw different letters. If you write like that, these circular shapes, your handwriting would become surprisingly wonderful. There is one more thing to say. Even if you are not making these circular letters, these circles help us. Now look at this, our letter of V. It looks beautiful if we draw it kind of in a circle like that, or even if you are drawing S, if you write any random S like that, it's not going to look beautiful. Imagine there is a circle there. Now if you look at this S, it looks kind of beautiful. Okay, so you have to assume, you have to imagine that there is a circle there, and then when you draw S, it looks wonderful. Another thing that I want to focus your attention on is this shape, this curve. If you write J like this and something like this, this curve isn't beautiful, is it? No. So you have to give this curve, and similar pattern, what you have to do is to copy in Y and G. So wherever these letters would be written, J, Y, G, these would look kind of similar. Okay, so focus on these curves, they should look like the same. Okay, and there is an amazing letter, there is actually a magical letter, that is M. Practice your M as much as possible. Okay, why should you practice your M more than the letters? Look at this, it's your M, but if you make it incomplete, okay, you do not give this loop, then this is your N. So by writing M, by practicing M, you already practice your N. So incomplete M is N, and in the same way, when you practice M, you will also practice R. What is R? Actually it's incomplete N. If you cut your N from this, it becomes R. If you cut your M from this side, it's N. So practice M as much as possible. Now if you follow this formula, you're writing half and then full and half length formula, then your circular handwriting would become wonderful. Let me show you an example that I have recently written. Now if you read it, there are 26 letters in English language and we call them alphabets. These words have been written using the same formula. This length is full, this one is half, and whenever we make lower sections like this one, this length is once again half. This is 1 centimeter, say this one is half and this one is half. So it looks really beautiful. Now look at this G, full, half. Look at this L, half and then full. So you have to follow this formula, and within a couple of days you will write like this, actually better than this one. Okay, so right now we'll complete our lecture by writing alphabets from A to Z. Okay, so that you have a look at it. Okay, if you guys think this lecture helped you even a little bit, please do not forget to subscribe the channel and press that bell notification icon. Share the lecture, do like and comment it. We'll meet you soon in the next lecture. Bye bye.